What's up, guys? Welcome back from New York City. You're watching WCS America, the culmination of Season 1 here the last week. We're watching Challenger League, trying to find out who's going to qualify for Season 2 of the Premier League. Before we continue any further, though, Full Sail University, want to let you guys know about this opportunity. Full Sail is the official education partner of MLG, and if you're looking to get into like game design, graphic design, video game production, the video game industry, basically, this is a great opportunity for you. Check out fullsail.edu/MLG. They'll have you fill in some information about yourself, and then they'll send some information back to you, and you can find out if Full Sail is the proper fit for you. Take advantage of that for sure. But let's take a look at what has happened so far today. We saw Tasia with a quick 2-0 over Hellokitty, followed by Neebs, equally as quick, 2-0 over Maker. They made Tasia versus Neeb a pretty entertaining match, in my personal opinion. Neeb almost making an upset in Game 2, but Tasia ultimately taking a 2-0. So 2-0, 2-0, 2-0 to start things off today. Coming up next, we got the losers match. It's Hellokitty versus Maker. Who you got, Nick?
I don't know. Both these guys are very interesting. You know what's interesting, most interesting about them, I should say, is that they're both very aggressive in general. Hellokitty, his style PvT is either crazy one-base builds, or he loves the Phoenix Colossi style in the late game, and he plays it very well. In fact, on Whirlwind, he put up a great game against Tasia. And Maker is a guy who does some very aggressive styles of TVP as well. So we could see a clash of super aggression, or we could see, Maker go for some aggression against the Phoenix Colossi style of Hellokitty.
Yeah.
Which I would have to say is going to favor Hellokitty, because if there's one thing great against an aggressive Terran, it's Phoenix Colossi, because the Phoenixes can pick off the drops. They can't retreat from you because Phoenix will pick off the Medivacs. Really punishes the Terran for overextending.
Of course, the first map is going to be Daybreak of this best of 3. Again, this is the losers match to kind of discuss what's at stake here. Whoever loses this match will be out of WCS America. The winner of this match will guarantee themselves a spot in WCS America next season. Now, it remains to be seen whether or not it's going to be Premier or Challenger, because that will be decided in our last match of the evening, where Neeb awaits in the 5th match. But here we are in game number 1 of this best of 3. Nick leaving the game. He's like, you know what? I don't like StarCraft that much. I'm just going to leave.
Sometimes it happens, man. Sometimes you get dropped.
All right, here we are in the top right-hand location. I present your red Protoss player representing Team Fnatic. He's in their academy. Fell to Tasia in his first match of the evening, trying to make it to WCS America Season 2. He is Hellokitty. Interesting stat there, not a lot of people know. 5th place, WCS USA 2012, and again, ace player for the University of Texas at Austin. Pretty likable guy.
He is.
He's pretty funny.
I think he's one of the most underrated players out there as well.
Sure.
You have to remember, he did take Heart out in the Premier League. He played a great game against Tasia on Whirlwind. So very, very capable Protoss.
And Hellokitty will be at MLG Anaheim. Of course, coming up June 28th through 30th. That's in about 10 days. I'm not too good at math, but I think it's around that area. So definitely, check that out, guys. In the bottom left-hand location, I present his opponent, the Blue Terran player, representing Chaos Latin Gamers. He's yet to win a match in WCS America, but what a better time than now to try to turn things around. He is Maker. So, let's see what happens here. TVP on Daybreak.
Maker already showing some signs of aggression with that the gas being built there. I mean, not like crazy aggression, but he just wants to get a Reaper out, most likely. Just got out his opponent a bit. Daybreak's a map where you don't always see the Reaper opening. It's a very, very common TVP opening on maps like Akalon Waste, Belshire Vestige, maps where you can get a ton of scout information out with the Reaper. On Daybreak, one of the reasons why you don't see the Reaper opening quite as often is because it can only go through the front of the natural. There's no secret back jump way to get into the main. And so a Protoss can, as soon as they have their Stalker, their Mothership Core out, they can definitely prevent the Reaper from getting access to the Terran base. But Maker still wants to do this. Actually, no.
Fast factory.
He's not going straight for the factory. Throwing me off a bit there. This is really unique as far as TVP. It's not too often you see
Tech Lab.
Tech Lab on the
Tech Lab
barracks.
for? Yeah. I'm trying to think. Not a tank, surely.
No.
A fast, like, upgrade or something? Like,
yeah, this could be like some type of stim drop type rush. It is a Marauder. So is he going to do like a Marauder Hellion type of one base play or a Marauder Widowmine aggression?
He's got concussive shells. Okay, so I'm trying to think, because like a photon overcharge is the biggest thing.
And the Mothership Core, of course, Marauders can't shoot.
Yeah.
He's got to have a plan. Maybe it's going to be, yeah, Widowmines. Okay, so he's going to try to just micro around the Protoss and attack them before the expansion gets up. Once that gets up, of course, Photon Overcharge is going to deflect him.
Maybe try to sprint in the main, I guess?
Yeah.
It's certainly possible, but definitely something we haven't necessarily seen before. At least I haven't.
A very creative type of attack. And you know what? This could really punish a Protoss who's poking around with his first 1 or 2 gateway units, right? Those first Zealot/Stalker walk around, you poke around, try to get some scout information. The concussive shells from the Marauders will punish that. Now, another thing that's going to go interesting is that there's no Robo for Hellokitty. He's going straight to Stargate. So that means 2 things. One is the Oracle counter could do a lot of damage to Maker if there's no Widowmines to defend, but it also means there's not going to be observers to detect those Widowmines.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Let's see what happens here. Reaction should be very interesting to see. Now, the next is done at the natural. Photon Overcharge is available on the Militia Core. Let's see how Maker approaches this. Coming up to his opponent's natural expansion, I feel like Photon Overcharge will immediately go down, but he can't detect this Widowmine. The Widowmine already getting in a good position. Oracle on the way. Now, once the Oracle gets out, it does have the ability to detect Photon Overcharge going down, and the Widowmine did take out a single pro, but Maker, I mean, now that the Photon Overcharge is done, he can't get much done.
He really can't. I don't know exactly what the idea behind this is.
I guess wait until it goes away, but then...
It could be, and so the Oracle could either detect the Widowmine, or could counterattack. Looks like he's going to opt to counterattack. He's not going to use the Invention ability. And you know, this counterattack could do insane damage, potentially.
Oh, Widowmine's going to take out a Stalker here.
Oh, that's not good for
every single Stalker is so important.
Now, if he doesn't have energy for another Photon Overcharge, he's in big trouble.
Yes.
Because he doesn't have Gateway production, and the 3 Marauders are going to be very scary.
Oracle countering across the map here, going straight to his opponent's main base. I don't see a lot here. Oh, there's Widowmine in the middle line.
Oh, that's key. Does he see the Widowmine? No, he doesn't. Oracle gets taken out. His counter is deflected.
And now... we have 2 Widowmines.
There's no Photon Overcharge. Does he have energy?
He doesn't have energy. He already used it. 54. 54.
Oh, that's not enough. But the Oracle, if it can avoid the Widow...
Oh, the Widowmine takes it out. This could work for Maker. Everything going pretty wrong here for Hellokitty. Every single one of his units is essentially dying. Resources lost is 1,300.
Oh, he just lost all the probes to 1 Widowmine.
Oh my god.
I mean, I mean, he's going to eventually... It's not like he's going to lose a Nexus, but... oh no, they're gonna walk into the main. There's no detection.
No detection.
There's no Photon Overcharge, and they're hurt. Envision.
But it's the Widowmine's gonna shoot here, taking out the Zealot and a probe, coming out of the Nexus at the very wrong time.
Oh, he's got it.
He's got to kill the Widowmine before.
Oh, it's gonna cool down. Probes, hurry! Oh, they get taken out. He's got to finish it off before. Okay, good. Another probe's gonna. But man, I mean, is he ever crippled?
Okay, units lost. I'm afraid 2174 to 950. In favor of Maker.
So what's actually the worker count is pretty even in workers,
yep.
Which is not where Protoss wants to be against Terran. And what's even worse is talk about the infrastructure, right? Protoss has no buildings like to build stuff with.
Yeah.
he's got 1 gateway and a Stargate.
Oh, he's got 3. He actually did manage to add on 2 gateways.
Okay,
so
sorry. He's got 3.
How
many Oracles have? He's still got 2 more Oracles. Really, when you do this Oracle Rasp, there's no Widowmines in position. There is a missile turret.
Yep, but trying to be annoying there at the national expansion. Turret's kind of lining the space. Now, we have Fleet Beacon halfway done.
Wait, is it? Okay, yeah, there's no turret there.
Well,
that's a very interesting...
what's the Fleet Beacon for here?
Is he going to rush a Tempest?
That'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah, he could harass like the back of the Terran base. He'd have to Chrono Boost out. Phoenix is behind it. You know, has he scout? Is there no starport for Maker?
There is not.
This Oracle is just killing. How many kills does that Oracle have?
Has 5 kills.
Okay, now it's gonna. Oh, gotta be careful.
Widowmine's getting to the ground. 1 Widowmine taken out,
yeah,
and it should be taken out. Yep, there it goes.
Goodbye.
Fleet Beacon is done.
Oh, what is this Oracle doing? He's just gonna dot a Widowmine. You know, I don't think Hellokitty respects Widowmines. Every single Oracle so far, 4 Oracles have dotted the 4 Widowmines.
Yes, you are correct.
They've just been getting pulverized here.
But he does have a Tempest on the way.
This is a really interesting opening, this Tempest rush. Against, of course, Maker's playing mech, which is pretty cool as well. But this game just gone so weird. There's no starports, so no ability to get Vikings, which are a great counter to the Tempest. He does have an armory, and Thors are very good against Tempest as well.
I mean, as long as he keeps the Mothership Core with the Tempest, he can always recall out, right?
Yes, yes.
And he's adding on a second Stargate here.
The one thing Hellokitty has got to be afraid of is a frontal attack. Even if it's just Hellbats and tanks and he can't actually kill the Tempest, the Tempests don't actually kill Hellbats or tanks very quickly. It's going to take him a very long time. So with only a few gateway units, if they get overrun, he could lose that natural to the mech army before the Tempest can do their thing. In fact, there's a third command center already done for Maker as well. So this is interesting.
This is a strange game. I've not seen one like this before. A second Stargate added on.
It's gonna
double Tempest production? I mean...
So how's he going to deal... let's say Maker scouts this and starts cranking out Vikings like a maniac. How's he going to deal with those?
I don't have an answer for you now.
I think he's trying to catch Maker off guard. If Maker doesn't have enough anti-air...
Oh, scan.
Did he... Oh, he sees everything. So here we can expect him to just potentially attack or throw down more starports.
And second starport. And
yeah,
give me a reactor for that guy.
I could see him just going like 3 starports with reactors. You see you see the guy going 2 Stargate, right? The next thing Maker could do is he could say, okay, you're getting Tempest, you're going to have a weak army. I can definitely deny your third base, right?
Now, there's a sweet spot in between the natural and the third where Tempest can hang out.
I mean, he'd lose units in 9 to 3rd for sure.
Yeah.
But it still might be a worthy investment.
Now, is Hellokitty, where does he go from here? His opponent has scanned him.
He's got to think about how can I deal with mass Vikings, right? And so, potentially adding in Phoenix or going for Storm are great options. Storm is exceptional against Vikings. And when you get a lot of Tempest, it deals with needing a lot of Vikings. A lot of Vikings are going to be clumped up, and Storm is going to be a great way to deal with that. But the problem is he's spending so much gas on Tempest, it's going to be difficult for him to get the resources to tech switch before he sell it.
Well, what about like into Phoenix or something like that, or Void Rays? Is that doable at all?
That would be another great option if he can outproduce the Terran player. He can definitely just go pure air and he can focus on the upgrades. The one thing is, if you're getting a lot of Tempest, it's also hard to probably get more Phoenix than they have Vikings. It's doable with the advantage he has in production. You have to be careful about Thors as well. The Phoenix and Void Rays can both
up.
be...
It could be very not good for you, right? Yeah. If Thors get the splash damage.
And Maker's focusing purely on Thors and Vikings. If he gets extra minerals or probably a few more Hellbats to help deal with the Bioforce, or the Gateway Force, excuse me. The question is, when is Maker going to decide to attack? Because Hellokitty's basically going for a super late pure SkyToss army. He's not wanting to initiate any action until he maxes out. It's going to be on to Maker to decide when any battle takes place. And Maker, because he's going, cheaper units, right? Everything's cheaper than the Protoss air units. He should max out first, and then he might say, "I'm going to attack before my opponent really gets that Doom Protoss Sky army."
Sure. So let's see if he decides to do that. Making lots of, again, Vikings, Hellbats, and Thors in that production tab. Focusing on the upgrades as well. Some gateways going to be added on here from Hellokitty. We're not seeing any progression into any other tech. Or we're seeing another scan here from Maker trying to identify, okay, is that tech switch happening? Am I going to see High Templar when I scan? Should I go into Ghost production kind of thing? But we're not seeing that tech switch happen. Again, Hellokitty sticking with just mass Tempest. This is like something I would do in 4v4 probably.
It's like mono battles.
Oh yeah. Pure
Tempest. And Maker's going to get a little bit more of a diverse army, predominantly Vikings and Thors, a smattering of other, factory units to be mixed in there. And importantly, he's getting the armor upgrade. Well, the armor upgrade doesn't really help out against the Tempest too much. It helps both the mech units and air units, so that's why it's always good to get the armor if you're going both mech and air.
All right, Maker marching across the map. Hellokitty looking like he wants to greet him, wants to get some free shots off. Of course, the Tempest's great advantage is their range. If you can get some free shots off, you're going to be very happy.
And it's all about vision, because you need extra vision to utilize the range.
Targeting down the Thors here, but the Vikings coming forward. Did Hellokitty overextend a little bit, going to try to kite backwards with those Tempests? One going to be taken down, pulling back a weakened Tempest, but another Tempest going down here from Hellokitty, still continuing to try to kite away. Meanwhile, the tanks marching towards that natural expansion. Hellokitty trying to back up.
I mean, I think the problem he has is that the Tempests are so expensive and hard to produce. I mean, he's picking off a few Vikings, but even with only 2 starports, Maker can reproduce those Vikings super fast. He's building more tanks though instead of Thors, which is interesting. I think maybe he's worried about a tech switch from Hellokitty.
Yeah, which isn't really happening.
No, Hellokitty's just pure Tempest production, and he's putting Maker on the retreat now. So is this working?
For Hellokitty, I think it might be because I mean he's adding on more and more Tempest.
Who was more efficient in that battle? Let's take a look at the units lost and see.
How was it in the beginning? Like I'm trying to. Because remember, Maker took a dramatic advantage in the beginning.
He did. I mean, he did lose a lot of units. Yeah, it wouldn't have been more than like 500 or 600 advantage though, because it was all
right.
It was all small scale. Yeah. He's adding that third starport. Second armory, so it's really going to focus on a lot of Vikings. And this is when Hellokitty, if he can get the gas to add in High Templar, that's an absolute game changer. On the other hand, if Maker can get the gas to add in even like 1 or 2 Ravens, all of a sudden Tempest can become basically useless.
Point defense drones.
Yeah, I mean, point defense drones literally make Tempest almost entirely worthless. So, and Maker can find the resources to add in those 1 or 2 Ravens, which that third starport may be for. All of a sudden, this game can entirely turn around.
That command center is not going to happen. Canceled immediately. And that's obviously going to be good here for Hellokitty. I would back up. Just kill the 4th, back up. A little bit surprised. I mean, what do you think about having a Mothership core with the Tempest? And potentially trying to just poke around a little bit?
That would be a great safety measure, you know, in case you ever have too many units. The other thing, though, I think he's really worried about maybe Hellbat drops or counterattacks, so he's probably keeping it back for defense right now. Vikings versus Tempest. There's so many Tempests on the field.
Tempest continuing to kite away. Maker trying to get those Thors a little bit closer. And again, Hellokitty's priority right here is defending this 4th base, continuing to poke and prod at his opponent's army.
There's more Tempests than there are Vikings. Look at that units tab.
17 Tempests on the map.
This is insane.
All right, continuing to kite away. And again, a lot of tanks, a lot of Hellbats on the ground. But can the Tempest hold this up? If they can get rid of all the anti-air, obviously they can deal with the tanks and the Hellbats. But a couple Tempests going down. Great micro here from Hellokitty. Big engagement going to happen here. Blue balls of plasma trying to nail those Vikings, trying to nail those Thors. Only Thors are going to be remaining at this point in Hellokitty with still 15 Tempests alive. He's only lost 2, losing that 4th base. But honestly, if he can kill this entire army, I don't think he minds too much.
No, the 4th is definitely worthy sacrifice. The question is, can he save the 3rd base? He's losing more and more Tempests. Maker has got a lot of them coming behind this. If Hellokitty can hold the 3rd base, he's going to be happy with the late engagement.
GG. Whoa. Yeah. Hellokitty making only Tempests and winning the game.
It's the new PvT metagame, man. Nothing but Tempests.
So how do you approach that if you're Maker a little bit different?
I mean, if he just had 1 or 2 Ravens, he would have won the fight pretty easily.
Yeah. Again, point defense drone soaks up those Tempest shots.
It does. Very important. And also, you know what's actually important? In this situation, the Thors usually do more damage if you don't have them in the anti-armor mode. The anti-armor mode is almost a trick Blizzard put in there to fool Terrans into... Because the way it works, so Thors have 2 anti-air attacks, right?
Right.
Their default one, which does very little damage to armor, but does splash, and it's more anti-light. And then they give him this new anti-armored one that does roughly twice the damage output, or like 1.5 to twice the damage output of the base one.
Mode. Yeah.
But the other one does splash damage, and the way those Tempests are clumped, you'd usually hit 2 to 3, and so you'd probably be better off with the base one. Either way, though, he wasn't gonna win the battle.
Yeah.
Thors aren't particularly good against air.
Yeah.
With the exception of Mutilus. So really just needed. I mean, we looked at units tab. There's more Tempests than there were Vikings.
Right.
And it's like. That's not a situation.
He didn't lose many. Like he only lost about 4 or 5 Tempests throughout that whole thing. But again, if a point defense run is there, how much do you think's changed?
Or more Vikings, even.
Exactly.
Twice, 3 times as many Vikings.
Yeah, pretty dramatically. Yeah. But Hellokitty going for a creative style there in game number 1 of this best of 3, guys. It is a best of 3. So we'll be back with game 2 between Hellokitty and Maker after a quick break.